Welcome to the Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Anderson's Bar and Grill and the Blind Tiger Bar.
She said so.
So she did.
I'm in love with you and I feel fine. Funny old lyric, isn't it?
Why'd you start singing that song?
I don't know.
Because you're copying me. That's exactly why you started singing that song. That's what I was singing before you came in the door.
Were you singing that?
Yeah, stop trying to just be Kendy all the time.
Actually,
Go
you've
on.
just spurred me into something
Go
there.
on.
That is something Noel Kenny of the Gorillaz Radios band does.
What?
Apparently, when he does be loading in the gear, when he does be,
Yeah, he does be doing it though
He does
sometimes.
be doing it. So
Used to be, does be.
he does be loading in the gear sometimes, and what he'd be doing is be whistling a song,
To get it.
and by the end of the night, every one of them is singing.
That's called an earwig, isn't
Yeah,
it? Does he
yeah.
do it on purpose, I wonder?
Yeah, he does it on purpose.
He 100% does it on purpose, yeah, as well.
And then Johnny turned around, oh, why am I singing that song?
Come here, Raymond. We're
Yeah.
drinking Guinness there, right?
Yeah,
Only
why?
only the people on Patreon can see us. We ordered cocktails earlier on from Blind Tiger,
No,
who's
we
supposed to
didn't.
be dropping them.
Whoa,
No, call them out as it is,
No, I
Raymond.
won't. Hold on now.
Go on.
We didn't order them.
Brendan Sturdy, the manager, which
Yeah.
makes me think,
And he's conspicuously absent here this evening.
he didn't do it then.
He's just let us down all over the shop today.
So he said to...
one minute he goes, I'm going to text them and I'm going to get order the cocktails.
Yeah.
And then later in the day he applies for an evening off.
Yeah, actually, he applied for his first ever annual leave. Tierney today, right? He started with that finger, right? Like
Yeah,
that. And
yeah.
he said, lads, number one,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be there today. And then he said, number two, I'm going to pretend to order the cocktails. And he went like that. And it was just like, fair play, Brendan. Now, in Brendan's absence,
Right.
we do have Jamesy McManus from James McManus's Internet and Computer Fashions in with us today. Doing the cameras, so fair play to him. He reckons he can do it with half a finger. So
Is he actually full-time on the internet and computer fashions?
he knows everything about the fashions of a computer and the insides of an internet.
Do you think that he would be able to fix Sean O'Reilly's laptop?
Why, what's wrong with Sean Wright? Is that too much of the... sure, look, Sean, if it's sticking together, obviously, you're adding too much, is all I'm saying.
I think Sean O'Reilly's laptop just caved one day. It was being asked too much of.
It was being too much caving going into
Too
it.
much caving.
He was caving all over it,
He
sure.
was. They're like, I think the MacBook come with the old Siri, and
Yeah.
Siri couldn't get around the whole cabin. He'd open up and Siri go, "What can I do for you?" And he go, "How's it going?
How are you
getting
doing?
on?
How
How
are
the
things?
girls?"
And
And also, it might have taken a drink of water at some point.
Oh, Jesus. Who spilled the water inside
I
this?
can't say.
But water's not too bad, though. You can dry the water out of you. You can dry water out of a laptop. It's not
I
as
think
bad.
it's
Now, I
just-
know Jamesy from James's Computer and Internet Fashions will tell us
Yeah.
probably otherwise. But the worst thing you can spill into answering electronically is whiskey, man.
What?
Whiskey and sugar. I didn't do it.
You mean a hot whiskey?
Friend of mine,
Yeah.
he spilled a hot whiskey into a bass amp of mine, right? And my
Right.
bass amp turned into like Tomorrowland in, that fucking stupid dance festival, right? Hot whiskey went in. I was like, ooh, oh, geez, that's dodgy. I gave it about 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I said, this might air dry. And all of a sudden it was,
Yeah. Gone.
the speaker nearly went through the wall of the house.
So hot whiskies are good for flus, bad for bass amps.
Bad for bass amps, if you can learn anything from this week's episode. Now, having said that, while we're taking a slug of the Guinness, Ray, I want to talk to you about something.
What do you want to talk about? Now, I'm going to tell everybody at home this week, I'm going to make a disclaimer.
Go on.
I have very little to talk about.
Doesn't
this
matter,
week.
right?
Good.
So what you're saying is it might be 25 minutes.
Yeah.
It might be an hour and a half.
It could
We
go
don't know.
either way.
That's the thing, you see. When you come in with stuff, you go, lovely, 5 minutes, 20. I wish you get half an hour. We
Yeah.
don't know to this week, is
No,
what you're
this is a
saying.
real unpredictable one.
But that's okay. Let it be. Let it go free. Okay, I want to talk to you about something, okay?
Right.
I unwillingly and also a little bit unbeknownst to myself looked up from my phone last week. I was scrolling on the Instagrams. Oh, your man is the arse out again. Oh, your man's playing the guy, right? And I looked up at the television and what was in front of me? Only Love Island,
Oh,
right?
right.
It was an episode of Love Island that...
Wait,
actually,
now we have to give a disclaimer.
Oh, this is the Love Island section.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know how we always end up talking about it, okay?
But for people out there that get tick,
With the Love
particularly in
Island.
a merch,
Yeah.
we haven't seen it yet.
Oh, that's right. We got told by someone in a Medic, right? Stop talking about Love Island because we don't have it over here yet and I want to watch the full series.
Yeah.
So, Isabel, now is your time to turn it off, okay?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
about, whatever, 4 or 5 minutes in.
Give it, we'll say 35 minutes and then come back to us.
The episode will be over. Good luck, good luck. Right, so Love Island is on, right?
Yeah.
Last 10 minutes of an episode. Load of gentlemen sitting around the couch.
Yeah.
A load of young ones holding each other like they're at the Eurovision,
Yes.
right?
Or
Or
about
they're like
to
they're at
break
the
into river
Olympics,
dance.
right? Up on the yoke, yeah,
Yeah.
right? Immediately I'm annoyed. I'm like, why are they all pretending they're best friends? Anyway, the gentlemen all get up
Yeah.
and they immediately demasculate themselves by saying how much they're love someone tremendously.
Yeah.
After a week,
Yeah.
10 days maybe.
Maybe 2 days. In some
Could
cases.
be 2 days in some cases. One gentleman said, I don't want you to be my girlfriend anymore, okay? I don't know who any of these people are, Ray, so you might be able to enlighten me. He says to a lady, I don't like you anymore because I fell in love with a girl who came in here yesterday, and I'm in love with her now.
Oh, we're talking about the man, the legend that is Toby.
Toby.
The stupidest man in Ireland. If he was in Ireland.
If he was in anywhere. He'd be the stupidest man in Russia, man, if he was in Russia.
He wants his cake and he wants to eat all of it.
Stop being so nice about him, man. He's
Right,
a flute.
sorry.
Okay, right? So fell in love with somebody else. And then he left behind a Bjor, right? In his wake.
Yeah.
Raymond. And then there's another gentleman who, from what I can understand, is such a gobshite that he's never had a girlfriend ever, right? Yeah. And he's the most optimistic, man. He's like a walrus the way he pounces, right?
Yeah.
Because he immediately goes,
right,
I want that lady. And I'll tell you why, because you're treating her like a bastard, right? Okay. And then he jumps in and pretends he's in love with this lady then. This is shit you wouldn't see on a playground. Go on, because I've got to go further, but go on you first, okay?
I just have a couple of things I want to pick you up on.
Hit me.
The gentleman, first of all, you were describing was Toby. Okay. And Toby had been with a girl called Chloe.
Okay.
And they were getting on tremendously until a girl called Abigail landed in.
Abigail is the lady who he said, I want you to be my girlfriend now, okay?
Yeah, Abigail, she came in and she openly said, I want to mess shit up.
Oh, Emma, mess. I thought MS shit.
What? What did you think I said?
Nothing, because it's going to be insulting. Go on anyway.
I got it there now. No, that's we're moving swiftly past that.
Quick.
Right, quick, move.
Get the wheels going, will you?
So anyway, so he decided he was going to be with Abigail, but he, in his infinite wisdom, decided not to tell Chloe this. He kind of strung her along for the day before this all happened, and kind of just kept saying to Chloe, going, I don't know, what do you think we should do? While at the same time, flat out chatting to face Abigail.
Yeah, he treated her like a piebald.
What?
He treated her like a piebald.
How?
Piebald is a pony like that. You know, if there was a prize pony, you wouldn't look at the piebald like you go, that's a shy pony. Do you know what I mean?
Interesting.
How have you never heard that?
Very interesting before? Equestrian anecdote there.
That's the second time I've used the word piebald today as well, and now it's going to be a thing, by the way, so everyone just get used to me saying piebalds. Okay. Anyway, the other thing is, Ray, I am not ever in my life ever again recycling.
How did we get to recycling from that?
I'll tell you exactly why, because it seems that every single drop of plastic that gets recycled goes into one of those feckin' women's lips, or arse, or tits, or something like.
Right. We're getting into huge piles.
Seriously, Ray. There was one woman on Love Island who looked like normal, who didn't look like she was a melted Barbie, right? There was one woman who didn't look like a melted Barbie, and she got kicked out because she was too normal, like. Debunk me, like. Come on.
I will.
Like.
Okay, first of all, have you a big problem with cosmetic enhancements?
No, I don't. I get cosmetic enhancements, right? Not personally.
What do you get?
3 or 4 inches. That's all, right?
Right.
No, I don't have it. I understand what people are doing, and obviously you want to know. The problem lies when they go way too far, and then they don't look like people anymore.
Oh, okay.
Seriously, sometimes I look at the Bjors in Love Island, and I go, "Is that actually a Bjor, or did an alien come down and replace one of these people?" Like, they don't look like people anymore. Like, the lips are like.
But is it a case they don't look like people you know anymore?
You mean normal people?
I
know loads of normal people, Ray. Most of my friends are normal people.
But they're normal people for this particular area in the world.
No, but how fresh is this idea?
Do you know, if I dropped you in Essex, do you know, or somewhere in southeast London.
Please don't ever drop me in Essex.
But if I did.
If you did, man, I'd be like a child who got lost in the supermarket. I'd be like, where's my baby, please? Like, I wouldn't understand the words any of them are saying. Not because of their accents, but because of just the way that they are. Like,
but you'd be the odd looking one in Essex. Because you'd be tipping around, you know, the way they were like, state you like.
Look at your man, the way he was born.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they'd be saying.
Yeah.
He looks exactly like the way he should have been looking.
But
that's crazy.
They wouldn't know that. They're gone so far now in places like that.
Yeah.
That's the norm.
Is to have a plastic face.
Well, it's not necessarily a plastic face. It's just work done, you know.
Like, what are they putting into these things? I'm putting a Coke bottle in the bin and it's going straight into Chloe's face. Do you know what I mean? Why am I bothering my arse recycling? Reduce, reuse, like. Nothing reducing, man. Everything's getting bigger. Yeah. Fucking bigger tits, bigger arse.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Not being reduced at all.
I think they're away with them. If they want to do it and they feel better as a result of it, why not?
I'd love to hear opinions on it though, because Jesus, that wouldn't be mine. All the same.
That wouldn't be you wouldn't be into that.
Jesus, not necessarily Raymond now, if I'm being honest, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, like I always say, they're the ones laughing at me, like, because they're going to be millionaires.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be stuck here in a bad diesel t-shirt talking to you. Like, that's never going to change. Like,
did you hear what's happening?
Too real, you see.
What's happening tonight?
Go on.
Yeah, there's a big twist happening tonight.
Right, okay. Oh, they're adding another person in.
No.
I love that as well, by the way.
No.
It's all, there's a new one. There's a new one every day. Shut up, like, I got a text. Oh my God, it's a cute guy with a fucking six-pack. It's every day. Every day it is the same thing, like.
Tonight,
Yeah.
all the boys are leaving the house
For
another house down the road.
they're going to Alton Towers.
No,
Oh,
they're going
Jesus,
to
they're
a place called Casa Amur.
Right, a moor.
Right?
Oh,
Casa
moor.
Amur.
Big
which
castle.
No, it's just a house down the road.
Big house, yeah.
Yeah.
Casa Moor.
Casa Amur.
Yeah, it's a big house.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is.
It's cross-lingual, Ray. That's a cross-lingual reference, Casa Moor.
Casa Amur.
Yeah.
So they're going to a big house right down the road.
Down the road.
And in this big house, there's going to be 6 new viewers. Brand new, out-of-the-box viewers. Right?
That's the thing, like Barbies.
Yeah,
There we go.
effectively.
Yeah.
Really lovely ladies.
Okay.
And they're all down in Casa Amur.
Yeah.
And then the women who were in the villa in Love Island, they wake up and all the lads are gone.
Yeah.
But instead, there are 6 new lads.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So you mean the boyfriend that they got yesterday is going to be replaced by another?
So no, the
That is
boyfriend,
going to throw some spanner in the works.
the boyfriend that they got yesterday is now gone on a lads' holiday to another house. Lads, shot, to another
Yours.
house
Plastic.
full of nice young ones.
Okay, savage.
So
okay.
the idea is obviously they want to see whether or not heads will be turned.
Yeah, they want to move shit along.
They're
like.
testing things.
Yeah.
So some of the more established couples are now going to have to face the fact that perhaps their partner is going to stray. Right?
How established are these
Very
couples?
established, like 6 to 8 days. in
Oh,
some
okay.
cases.
Well, sure, are they not married yet? No. Jesus Christ.
Well, there's one couple that they are boyfriend and girlfriend now, so they're fairly straightforward.
I thought they were all boyfriend and girlfriend.
No, they're not, because in order to get boyfriend and girlfriend, you have to come up with an elaborate ruse to ask the girl to be your girlfriend. Yeah, so there's a whole pile of dropping clues around the house or making a nice meal or doing some class of a dance.
A dance, like a war dance.
It hasn't happened yet.
Oh my God, he's doing the relationship dance. Oh, he wants me. He wants me.
But how would you feel now if someday now, like if we are to apply the Casamore thing here to your house here?
I know what you're going to island in. There's some boy downstairs making breakfast.
No, we just take you away and we pop you in another house in Rushinard.
Okay.
Right? With a young one.
Oh, okay, I'm on board straight away. Okay, go.
Yeah, and in here, in this house, a gentleman comes
Get
in.
him out. How dare you say that?
So yeah, so while you're in another house in
Oh yeah,
Rushinard,
that sounds class.
right?
Okay, savage, young one.
There's another
Shut
fella
up!
living with Nicola.
Why did you keep saying that, Ray?
Because that's how it works. So
Explain this to me again. Sorry, go again.
Okay, so you're over in, we'll say 92 Rushinard,
Okay.
right? Which is Casamore.
Okay.
Right?
And who's
And there's a beautiful viewer in Casamore.
savage?
Right?
Yeah, okay.
All the while here in Rushinard,
Yeah.
Nicola is now going to be living with a gentleman.
Shut up! Why did you keep saying that? That's
Because
not going to...
that's the idea. And
It's
for
ridiculous.
For a few days then, Nicola's going to live with the gentleman, very beautiful gentleman, and you're going to get to live with the beautiful lady. And the whole idea is to see whether or not Nicola will stray from your lovely engagement and get with the gentleman, or
Okay.
you will stray from the engagement with the girl.
But Ray, you used a phrase earlier on that has never made more sense to me than this moment right now. You said that gentleman in Love Island wanted his cake and he wants to eat it.
Yeah.
That's what I want, though. But don't want Nicola to do anything.
Right.
I want her to see this gentleman and go...
So you can imagine how difficult it is for the lads. The lads are now in Casamore.
Yeah.
And they've all these lovely new ladies.
Well, the difference is me and Nicola have been together for 14 years. They've been together for 14 hours.
Yeah, but sometimes feelings can develop quickly.
Feelings can develop very quickly, Ray.
Yeah, yeah.
Love at first sight job.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
So would you stray? Would you stick with her? I can only imagine the hell that poor girl
I mean,
had to go
like,
through.
you're talking about hypotheticals, like,
Yeah.
here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hypothetically, like... Oh.
What's your one from Countdown?
Can you get both of them?
It's
Rachel
your-
Riley.
Yeah, it's Rachel Riley.
It's Rachel Riley in the other house.
Yeah. And be careful knowing that your fiancé does listen to this occasionally.
How many suitcases do you think it'll take for Nicola to pack everything?
Oh, but would you not be raging though if Nicola got with someone else?
I'd be
here?
raging something, man. Be fucking raging horn. Rachel Riley, like.
Yeah, yeah.
Rachel Riley is the best luck woman ever invented by anyone. And she's class at accounts and that, right? I do self-assessment, Raymond. Imagine the benefits of having Rachel Riley here adding 2 and 2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But-
and then on top of that as well, the chassis, the whole lot. But the thing is, she has 2 kids with some foreign dancing gentleman, and that's annoying. I can't compete with that kind of Latin blood, and that flair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That sexuality. Like, she's with this fella who's like got all this raw sexuality shit going on, and I'm sitting here like this with a guinea in my hand. Like, there's not. Look at me now. Is there anything
Nothing
remotely
that Rachel Riley
sexual?
would find interesting
No,
about
she
you.
can't. She wouldn't. She'd look at me and go, "What is that thing?" Like,
Yeah.
you know. Where she's got your man with his fucking velvet shirt and he's going, "Oh, Rachel, my darling." Like, I can't be living with that stuff, Ray.
Okay.
So get that scenario out of your head.
So what you're saying is basically that you wouldn't like to be put through the same thing as the test that they're being put through now on Live Island.
Probably not, no. Because I don't think Nicola deserves to have another fella at all.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And
Who's Nicola's favourite fella? Does she be talking about it? Would there be fellas that Nicola can go, I like him?
There was a television program on Netflix recently about a gentleman. The whole show was based on this whole premise.
Right.
This
isn't that show Sex Life, is it?
Yeah, a gentleman walks into a shower and your man's got an absolute
God.
raging yoke at him.
Stop it.
Did you see that, Ray?
I did.
I stuttered.
Because
I was like when I saw the fucking thing, man.
it was the biggest thing I'd ever seen between a man's leg in my life.
Ray, if that was an Irish Mickey, it'd have a different PPS number than he did.
He'd have a different air code.
On the whole lot, man. Honestly,
Yeah.
he'd be living next door.
But
like.
it's very funny. Nicola kind of said to Laura, said, now make sure it's season or the episode, I think 3 or 4 of the Sex Life on Netflix, and it's 19 minutes in.
Nicola knew the time code, like,
She
and everything.
did.
19 minutes, 56
Laura's
seconds in.
sitting there going, right, Nicola says we need to see this.
Ray, man, if he had doubled that back behind his legs and caught it, it would have been like a tail.
Such a massive
It was down
yoke.
to his knees. Was that fake or was that
I'd
CGI?
say it was real.
You think that wasn't CGI at
I think
all?
it was real.
I've never seen a hen man. It was like a baby's arm holding an apple. It was like a snake eating the tennis ball.
I'd be very surprised that man doesn't get Best
It
Actor.
was like a snake eating the beach ball. He won't get Best Actor, as Mickey will. And the BAFTA for Best Actor goes to that lad's Mickey. They put in some performance, Ray.
Anyway.
Because I think he called it half stalk, half... Anyway, we can't keep going on about it, Mickey.
Yeah,
Anyway,
no.
that's the Love Island section, I guess, is probably the crack with that. Even though it delved into something completely different.
Did.
Now, will we get the political section out of the way as well?
Oh.
We're very sectioned lately.
We do Love Island, then we do the political situation.
Okay.
Right.
Today is Monday, we're recording.
Tis.
The pub's open today.
Did it?
Kendy, I'm not allowed in.
No, you're not.
So...
Me neither.
I alluded to because you're not fully vaxxed either. So I alluded to this earlier on, like, is that the whole thing of people coming in from different countries, they're sitting in hotels. Yeah. Now those people are not only allowed to just come over, they're also allowed to go into my pub while I'm not allowed to go into my pub if they're vaccinated as well. Like.
If they're vaccinated.
So someone can come from Spain, Germany, France, Italy, Donegal, and they can go into my pub at my time. I can't go into them at all.
If they're vaccinated.
Yeah, if they're vaccinated, they
Did
can go in.
Did you get yours yet?
My vaccination, Raymond, is next Tuesday. In Cara Pharmacy in Sligo. Why is Kendy getting his vaccination? I hear you asking me right now.
Are you getting Johnson?
I'm getting Johnson, Ray.
Lad, right.
I'm going to get a big lump of Johnson on Tuesday.
You won't be protected in what you're saying, but you'll be able to go to the pub.
I actually don't think it does anything.
No, it just gets you in the pub.
Honestly, I think that's all it is like.
Yeah.
It's like a passport more than anything. But here's the thing. You're asking me, why am I going getting vaccinated, Ray? Is it for fear of COVID? Probably 10%.
Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. Is it in order to go to the pub? Probably 10%.
Right.
Is it because my old lady is wrecking my skull? Probably 80%.
Generally not that bad.
Like, she's stopped now because she knows it's next Tuesday, like.
Yeah.
But I can't take, and even just the pressure of the world saying, why aren't you vaccinated, though?
Yeah.
I actually don't mind. I get Johnson, Ray.
Yeah.
I'll take 9 inches of Johnson, man, if it gets me into the pub again.
Right.
Or if it gets me old lady to leave me alone.
Yeah.
But it all kicked off today is the idea, anyway. Who are the ones that are still left behind, Raymond?
I'll tell you who's been left behind.
Go on.
I have an awful predicament.
What? You?
I do.
Go on.
Thankfully, I've already received the first dose.
You got dosed.
I got the first dose of the
Diddling got
Pfizer.
doused. Yeah. But you want to eat the double dose, man.
Oh, Wednesday.
Wednesday, Ray's getting double dosed.
Wednesday is getting double dose. So that means, right, that I will then be able to go and attend the pub's house, right? And it's going to be marvellous. I'm going to be in all the pubs.
Yeah, you could be in a public establishment.
And you know something else?
Go on.
We've booked a little holiday.
2.
We're going down to the south side of the country.
On the south side of the country.
Down to Youghal.
Oh, you're all going to see this motherfucker coming down towards you. I went straight into, like... You know what I mean? I don't want to say like, okay,
No,
I'll say
don't
it.
say
Like,
it.
I
No,
went
don't say
straight
it.
down that road, Ray.
You did.
Straight up.
But-
The second you said y'all, I
Yeah.
turned into one of them.
Yeah, so we're going down to Youghal in Cork.
Y'all better be ready for this motherfucker.
Stop now. Myself and Laura.
Yeah.
Problem is, I'll be fully vaccinated and have a little passport.
And she'll have nothing.
She'll have 1 dose.
Okay, she get dosed out
It's
of
going
it.
to be really awkward, is what I'm saying. And I'm trying to ask you, what do I do when obviously I've booked loads of nice places to eat and drink for myself?
It's easy.
And I'm going to have to leave her outside.
Yeah, but what you do, Ray, is just sit beside a window seat. Like, have her sit outside.
Right.
And you sit inside and feed her out spaghetti.
Okay.
That's all you got to do. You could be like one of those Lady in the Tramp jobs. You can both be sucking out of the spaghetti through the top window of the restaurant that you're in. But you think about that as a predicament, Ray, though. You're going to be sitting inside, Laura's going to be sitting outside looking at you.
Yeah.
Because you're vaxxed out of it.
Yeah.
And it
She's
just puts
going to
more
have a
pressure on.
shite holiday. Because I'm going to be flat out.
Especially
in
now
all
that the weather took a turn. The weather took a woodious turn today.
Yeah.
Here's the big thing as well, Ray. COVID apparently still, it's at its most potent when someone is playing Rock and Roll by Led Zeppelin.
Oh, yeah.
That is when it's at its most. Brown Eyed Girl, don't even dare.
Yeah.
That's when COVID is at its most potent.
Tchaikovsky in the corner on the piano. Don't even try it.
Well,
No, you can't do that either.
you can't even do Tchaikovsky.
No.
We've gone too far. We've gone far too far if you can't even play a bit of Tchaikovsky in the corner.
What's your favourite Tchaikovsky song?
I think the Brandenburg Concerto number 4 in B minor was a personal favourite of mine. You know, whenever he flagranced his way up to those little dilly-dally notes, I just thought it was absolutely divine, Ray.
Would you find yourself being back in Vienna?
I had an emotional ejaculation while he done it, Raymond, honest to God. And I don't think I'll ever get back there in my head ever again.
At this point, I'd love to have an assistant who would check to see, is that an actual Tchaikovsky song?
I thought you were going to say, is there such thing as emotional ejaculation? Oh my God, he emotionally ejaculated all over the place, guys.
Wait a minute.
Huh?
Isn't ejaculation, isn't there another meaning to it? Didn't this come up the last day on the WhatsApp group?
Huh?
So it's obviously the one that everybody knows about.
Yeah, the my God, my eye. Oh, you're laying on me back.
You didn't
That
have
one.
to go through it.
Huh, I'm just saying, obviously we didn't know which one you were on about, so I had to tell everyone what one you were on about.
Yeah, well, you actually proved the second one then.
You're on about the one where you're like, no, you didn't, did you?
No.
That one.
No. Apparently, ejaculate means to say something quickly.
I ejaculate all the time then.
Yeah.
I used to get given out as a kid for ejaculating.
Yeah, hold on now, let us read this
Oh
again.
my God almighty, Ray. All my family used to give out to me for ejaculating.
To say something quickly and suddenly. That will do, he ejaculated.
That wasn't even that quick.
That's an example.
That'll do. That's ejaculation, Ray.
Yeah.
That'll do. I used to get in awful trouble when I was a kid for talking too much. So much so, right, that my
That's really
parents
surprising.
wanted to. Is it really surprising? Yeah. Is it really surprising? Ray? Okay, I don't even care. Just listen to what I'm trying to say.
Right.
I was so boisterous as a young fella, and fair play to me for being so.
That's the way young fellas should be.
And I had 2 older brothers.
Yeah.
I wanted so badly to get out what I wanted to say, and I couldn't, that I said it really feckin' quickly.
Sure.
Now, I thought that I had alleviated such problem by the time I was in my 20s. Now, Spaniards, right?
Where is this going? Right.
Stay with me, Ray, will ya? Spaniards. Flood to Sligo, especially in the last 10 or 12 years. Why? They want to be au pairs.
Not just Sligo.
Well, all over
The
Ireland.
whole country.
They flooded, which is funny because I think au pair is a French word. Anyway, the French said, that's a good idea. We're too ignorant. We don't want to go there. The Spaniards said, we'll do it, and we'll keep the name.
Yeah.
So the Spaniards flooded to Sligo. Now,
What did they do as an au pair again? Is it the minding children?
they mind a load of children for free, but they get a board.
All right.
They get to live in the house.
Yeah.
And they get to go and enjoy Sunday roast in Lily's and
Okay.
the Gargles before that.
You sound like you're speaking from experience.
Yeah, all of them.
Right.
There was about 16 of them, Ray, altogether.
Yeah.
And they only told me recently, a group of them, Mark, thought you should know we met you about 6 years ago. First 3 years, never understood a feckin' word you said, ever.
Okay.
And I said, oh, it was just me with the Irishisms. And they were like, no. Understood Ray, understood Sean, understood Tabby, couldn't understand the words you said.
Okay.
Which makes me now realise nothing's changed. Maybe I still talk too fast.
Was there any other accoutrements of you when you were a kid?
Jesus Christ. Oh, I used to curse. Nothing's changed in my life. I just realized this right now. Nothing in my life has changed. I used to curse way too much. And that is still true.
Yeah.
My whole family used to call me Marky Fuck.
Get away.
Yeah, because that's all I said. This is about 8-year-old as well.
Yeah.
And the other quirk that I had was I had a bowel haircut.
Okay.
Like that job there.
Nice.
Biggest regret in my life is that I wore a cream suit to be communion.
Right.
Still have it.
Lovely.
Doesn't fit, but still have it.
Why is it your biggest regret?
I'll show you. What about you? Would you weird shit that, like...
Memories wise, I remember being far too cheeky.
Oh, yeah, I would have got that.
Cheeky.
Yeah, for sure. Like cheeky howlet, you pull out the arse cheeks.
No, not like that.
No.
As in, well, we'd go visiting, right?
Yeah.
So, visiting was a big thing in our house. I know as a generation. Did you go visiting much?
The best thing about visiting is my old lady would go, I have to feckin' go down to Sue Ellen's now.
Yeah.
Great name, Sue Ellen.
Cheers.
I was going to say Claire, but it was far too real in case there was a Claire in Castlereagh that she used to visit.
Sure.
Let's call her Claire for this, actually, to feck.
Yeah.
I'd go down to feck and visit Claire now. She'd land in 4.5 hours drinking tea, having the best time of her life, and then the second she'd leave, she'd go, thank God I got away from us. And I'm like, you were there loving it all night, you old bitch. You know what I mean?
What were you like?
I was livid. I was like, there's no more Kit Kats left in this house,
okay.
right? I hated going to other houses that had shit food. You know what I mean? You know when they had shit food? They're like, I don't have much for you, Mark. Would you like an apple? Why would I want an apple? Right? Give me a Kit Kat chunky now.
We had a very different childhood.
Oh,
One of my main visiting spots was the McHale's.
lovely.
Right?
Go on.
So the McHale's
Did they build the fusions?
No.
Were they the famous McHale family?
We talked about Mikey Joe before he built our house.
Oh, Mikey Joe McHale
That's
built
the
your
one.
house.
Yeah. So Mikey Joe and Bridgie.
Bricks and mortar McHale,
They had a big family.
Of
Big family of mostly girls, a pair of lads.
pair of lads, load of girls.
Yeah. So when I was going in 6, 7, 8, 9
They
years
were
of
old.
age, well, not old, but they were in their early 20s.
Okay.
They were, enjoying life.
Aye.
You'd be sitting there and you're just trying to be entertaining because there'd be dead silences,
Right.
They'd be chatting about this, that, and the other, and then there'd be a bit of a quiet time, and I go, I need to fill this.
You'd go, this is my job
This is
now.
yeah,
They're obviously looking for me to do
This
this.
is awkward. My mother seems like she's in a bit of a stuck. She's talked about everything.
Yeah.
And it's time for me now to speak.
Yeah, I'm going to go up and do my dance.
So I didn't do a dance, but I just get stuck in and start talking about stuff.
About what, like?
Oh,
I'd love to know what 9-year-old Ray is
that's
talking
what
about.
I wonder about too.
Were you talking about little bike stands?
Probably little mic stands, rolling little cables, setting up little PAs. I don't know. Buying a little van.
Oh, I
Probably,
used to have a little van, a little guitar.
yeah, but it could be. I don't know what I was talking about.
I used to work for the little government.
Yeah, the little the kids' government. But the problem was, I go maybe 5-6 minutes into my dialogue,
Okay.
right? And they'd be enjoying it. I'd be getting some laughs.
5 or 6 minutes as a 9-year-old.
No, but this is.
Man, you weren't addressing the nation, like.
No, but I'd be chatting, and then the mother would turn to me, and she should. Now, my mother's a fairly peaceful lady.
Oh, yeah, and she'd wallop the head. Yeah,
No, she'd just throw you that look.
Shut up.
It's the you're dead when you get home. Right?
Would you be cheeky about the people whose house you're visiting and about like their surroundings, like?
I'd probably have crack, yeah.
So stuff would go quiet, like, and you'd be like,
yeah, that's an awful shit fireplace.
shit painting.
Exactly, yeah.
Shite chandelier, that, like.
At this point, I know that I'm gone. So I've nothing to lose. And I've got an hour of freedom left.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
I can belt away.
Just let loose.
I can let loose. I just go mad. And I get loads of looks in the mother. But then another strange thing had happened in the McHale's house. There'd be never a time you go to the McHale's house, right? And I think this goes for a lot of kids.
A lot of McHale houses.
All the McHale houses.
Yeah, any McHale's in this
Anyone
country.
that's McHale, I guarantee you, if you go over to visit them, right, you'll sit there, you'll be offered a 7-Up to start.
Of course you will. The McHale's love that.
So you'll be sitting there supping your 7-Up, and it'd be lovely.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'd notice one or two of the girls, one of the daughters, they'd just disappear, right? So all of a sudden you'd think there's something afoot here now.
No.
There's crack happening.
No.
And next thing, there'd be the bitchinest salad thrown out on the table.
What?
Unbelievable salad.
No one ever dropped me out of salad.
No, but
no one's young one ever brought me a salad.
Are you aware now of what I'm talking about when I say salad? There'd be a dose of ham, there'd be a dose of chicken, there'd be a dose of lettuce, coleslaw, potato salad.
The country was full of them all week, Ray.
Finest brown bread, all the accoutrements, all the condiments, everything was out there.
I'm actually getting hungry now.
And then a big lump of an apple tart for after. But we'd say, and this is the thing.
So country.
It got to the point with my mother and father that we'd purposely eat the dinner just before we go over to McHale's house. So we wouldn't be lying to them when we say, walk in, go, now don't be going to any trouble. We're just here for an hour to say hello.
Don't make the shagged salad.
Food. And then you'd see Margaret or Pauline or Mary disappearing off to one side. And you go, and you'd remind them.
They're gone.
You'd say, Bridgie, please don't be making a salad. and oh, no, we're not doing anything like that. We're just putting the bins out. You know?
That's the most country.
There was no barn or recycling in that area. So there was lies.
You had to get rid of stuff back then.
And in they came, and oh my God, and you just have to eat it, and it'd be delicious, I won't lie.
We lived in different eras too, Ray, because anytime I saw a daughter or mostly a son from a house leaving that room, they were going to play PlayStation.
Oh,
and
God,
Kendy
no.
wants to play Crash Bandicoot.
There was no PlayStation in the McHale's houses.
The McHales did not have PlayStations.
They did not.
I'll tell you, the Kings did.
What they did?
They had Sega Mega Drives, they had Super Nintendos, they had the whole feckin' lot.
Yeah, it was
and
a
I was only
different
sitting
one.
there waiting with my old one most of the time going, when is Matthew or John just going to walk out there like and just start playing the Super Nintendo so I can go and kick the head of them and Tekken? Come on.
That's weird. Anywhere I used to go as a kid,
You were waiting for a salad.
There was always 12 years older than me and they were cooking. Flat out cooking.
I think it's the country thing though for you.
Yeah.
Like, we wouldn't have got as much as a Viscount, Raymond.
Oh no, Viscount would be just one of the many biscuits that would be wheeled out.
You know, I didn't drink tea as a child. Like,
What?
I know I've finally been able to say that. Like, I've never had confidence to say that before.
You mean you never
I
drank tea?
didn't drink tea like till I was in my 20s. Like, we didn't drink tea. You know what I mean?
What did you have with biscuits?
We
Don't
just
say Coke. Don't insult me.
Ray, we used to have Coke, orange juice, like whatever the hell. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean.
I know, but please.
The only mineral we had in our house was 7-Up.
I know, but that's the only mineral any country
And it
house
was
ever
left
has.
open all the time in case one of us got
Flat as
sick.
shit, like.
Yeah.
Flat as shit. But we didn't. That's not what we did. Like, I grew up as a townie. Like, that's, you know what I mean?
You just drink Coke. What
We
kind of
just
juice?
drank. We might drink an orange juice, maybe a Tropicana. You could get a Sunny Delight. You could get a Sunny D. You know what I mean?
Blowing my mind.
And we wouldn't drink tea. Like, this isn't an age joke. I'm not making an age joke against you, Raymond.
Yeah,
Yo,
I'm
bitch.
old.
No, it's not that at all. It's not the haha, you're old.
Yeah.
I'm saying that I got the same thing as you at the same time, but at different ages, right? I didn't get Sky Digital till I was about 10, right? I didn't go on holiday abroad until I was about 10.
I did get a plane when I was young. I think it was around 6 or 7.
Right.
Yeah, there was definitely a plane involved. There was a very ill-fated trip to the Isle of Man. Have you heard of the Isle of Man?
Never went. I have heard of the Isle of Man because they do be racing boys around the place.
It's a marvellous little
Is
spot.
that the first time you ever went to abroad?
Yeah,
was
that
the
was
Isle of Man the first
It was
foreign
our
holiday you
first
ever had?
abroad holiday, and my father did very good.
Did he?
Yeah, he went to, I'm nearly sure he went to Dublin for a flight from Belfast. Yeah, we got the plane and he got it very wrong.
And how far away is the Isle of Man from Ireland?
Oh, it's not far at all.
Like,
Like
it's
a
in the
40
Irish
minutes.
Sea, like, isn't
Yeah.
it? So that's the first time you're ever abroad on holiday, right?
I think so, yeah.
And then, did you just go to Isle of Man for a couple of years? What
No,
age were you?
Isle of Man was a real big blowout for us. We were only talking about this the last night. There was a time where apparently my first holiday was to Bundoran.
Yeah, so was mine.
Was it?
The
Everybody's first holiday seems to be from Bundoran.
First time we ever went on holiday was to Bundoran. We went to the Water World.
Did you stay in the apart hotel?
Yes, we did stay in the
So
apart
did
hotel.
I.
Of course we did. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Did your old pair leave you there and go up drink a pint?
They left us there for what we felt was way too long, right? It was probably only 2 minutes, but in that 2 minutes, all hell broke loose, Ray.
Okay.
Because my little sister got knocked in the toilet. In a Brazil kiss.
In a what?
She was wearing a full Brazil kit, right?
Yeah.
Full Brazil kit, bob haircut. She got locked in a jacks. And imagine, so I'm like 8, so Ellie's like 5.
Right.
In her head, she thinks I'm never getting out of this toilet. I'm 3 years older at 8, innocent bastard. In my
Yeah,
head, I'm
talking
going,
too fast.
I'm thinking, yeah, like now.
Yeah.
I'm thinking she's never getting out of this
Yeah.
toilet as well. I was like, that's it. She's locked in the toilet forever. Like, we're going to leave her in Bundoran. Which brings me to another quirk that I had. Let's get back to Bundoran in a second.
Right.
I had this weird fear when I was a kid that if a car ran out of diesel or petrol, which my old fella lived on that, my old fella's a thrill seeker. Big thrill seeker. He used to love driving on 0 kilometers, like or miles left in the car.
Right.
Sometimes to his own detriment. We were driving back from Mass one Sunday. You're talking the far side of 12:30, probably 25 to 1.
That'd be about the time you're coming back from
We
Mass.
got to the garage shop,
Yeah,
Woods' garage. It's about 200 yards from our house.
sure.
Petrol ran out at Woods's. So my father had to get out of the car and then get a jerry can and fill it with petrol.
Yeah.
In the time that it took him to get out of the car, fill it with petrol, I thought, right, we're never going to get home. This is it. We're stuck now, like.
I think you've got that quirk to this day. Something goes wrong, you turn around to me and you go, that's it, the gig's over.
We're done.
Yeah, it's finished. We're not gonna,
Maybe.
this isn't gonna work.
Maybe. So you still think that I have that
Oh, you
panic?
definitely. Yeah, because we had the gig there on Saturday. We did a gig.
Yeah.
We'll come back to Bundoran in a
Oh
minute.
my God, we're going flying around the place.
Yeah.
All I want to say about Bundoran is it was the best holiday I ever had, even though I've been all over the world. It was
I
class.
don't remember it,
Right.
but I've been
The
told
gig or Bundoran?
the Bundoran holiday.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Apparently, it was our first holiday. Me, the mother, the father.
Yeah.
I was just born recently,
Okay.
and we went to Bundoran.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know, was it me that had the idea or them or who had the idea?
Ray
But-
came out and he said, I'm going to get a few things straight here now,
Yeah.
Jaxie. We
Well,
want to go on a holiday first.
I want to book a nice suite.
Let's
in the
take out a
apart
big
hotel.
loan.
So after Bundoran, apparently, me and the mother and the father went. It was our first little trip away together.
Yeah.
And they were above in the room and I was up in the room and I was kind of in a sleepy state. I was kind of wrecked from the day swimming.
Yeah.
And the mother and father said, we'll sneak down to the Chasing Bull.
Pints.
So off they went down to the Chasing Bull and my father apparently came up and down.
How far away is Chasing Bull from the apartment
It's not
hotel?
far. It's
Still far enough for a child, man.
But apparently that was the norm. Apparently adults, or mothers and fathers, brought children to hotels, left them there in the room asleep, go for the pints, come back every 45 minutes, keeping anything, until Madeleine McCann happened.
That's what I just
And then it all went to shite.
Madeleine ruined everything.
And now it's all au pairs.
Yeah,
It's all
that's exactly
Spanish kids.
It's all Spanish kids now looking after them.
Yeah.
Thanks, Madeleine.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Why would we say that, Ray? I had my head in my hands for 20 seconds while you were telling that story going, I mean, does he not get the Madeleine McCann reference here? Like,
yeah.
Sweet suffering Jesus.
Fair
Ray,
play to the mother and father.
let's wrap it up. We did a gig. You were getting on to that, so let's just get to that quickly.
Oh yeah, the gig, on the gig day,
Before we get off
it was
in trouble.
Dwayne Gallagher's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday to Dwayne.
Happy birthday, Dwayne.
Are we allowed to say what age he is?
40.
Okay, we are.
Sorry, I didn't hear that question. So Dwayne's birthday was actually a couple of weeks back, but we hadn't done anything because we couldn't do gigs in pubs because Kendy wasn't vaccinated.
Yeah.
Right?
All because I'm not
because
vaccinated.
Yeah, so we couldn't do the gigs in the pubs. We said we'd do a gig outside in
Yeah.
the car park in the Garavogue.
Yes.
Dwayne
Yeah.
got a call from another gentleman in
Yes,
town
he
by the
did.
name of Simon, who was running a festival down by the Heart's Desire coffee shop, which is the other side of Stephen Street car park.
Yeah.
And Simon says, "What's the story, Dwayne?"
No, that's not what he said, Ray.
What?
I don't know Simon, nor did I hear the conversation.
Right.
In my head, this is what he said.
Okay.
How shaggin' dare you decide to busk
Yeah.
anywhere near? Have you any idea who we think we are?
No, that's not what was said.
He sounds like a prick to me.
No, that's not what he said.
He's a prick, Ray.
And
I know he's supposed to be lovely, but he messes
he's,
like.
he's really lovely,
Yeah,
actually. Yeah. No, Simon just rang Dwayne and thought he was setting up. We thought we were going setting up right beside him.
Exactly where they were setting up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dwayne listened to what he said and took none of it in. And Dwayne then rang all of us and said,
It's
"Here,
off.
man, Simon doesn't want us setting up in the car park doing the gig because
So-
it's going to clash with his
Yeah.
gig."
So we're not doing it at all.
And you jumped on that bandwagon.
Yeah, because I forgot, right? Sean Wright has been organising this whole thing for a week. He said, lads, we haven't done that for Dwayne's birthday, okay?
Yeah.
We're going to do it now. I rang all of his friends.
Sean got a cake.
Sean got a cake. I've never seen Sean O'Reilly so organised,
Yeah.
right? He actually kicked into gear like.
He did.
He was straight into fifth. He said, I got a cake. I rang all of Dwayne's friends.
All of them.
They're all coming down, right? He said, all we have to do is busk. Even though we're not, it doesn't matter if we busk or not. We just need to get Dwayne into Stephen Street Car Park.
Yes.
So we'll just use the busk as the cover, you know, to get him down there for a surprise.
Yeah.
I said, Sean, I hear you. Don't even mention anymore. I hear you, right? Dwayne rang me and said, Simon is going to kick the head of us if we land down to the car park. I said, well, Sean's going to have to cancel this thing then.
Yeah, exactly.
And I rang Sean and I said, Sean, we're going to have to cancel it. Sean said, Mark, I'm going to pull the head off you. I've been organising this thing all week, everybody. And I was like, shit, you're right. And then I had to ring Dwayne. 1 minute I was saying, Dwayne, you're dead shagging right. We're not going down there. And then I ring him 30 seconds later and I go, we've grabbed Dwayne.
All the while, we were about 4 miles away from Simon's gig.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah. And it made no difference whatsoever.
No difference whatsoever.
And we all laughed about it afterwards.
We did laugh
And we
about it.
all celebrated Dwayne Gallagher's shagging birthday.
The lesson from today's podcast is don't be like Mark. Don't go and don't think it's going to be a disaster just because someone says it's going to be a disaster. Have we anything else? I have one more story.
Go on.
Have you heard of Depop?
Depop.
Depop.
Oh, Depop is where young ones sell dresses.
Yeah, but it's not just young ones apparently.
What, boys selling stuff?
Boys can sell stuff on it as well.
What kind of stuff are boys selling on
Clothes.
Depop? They're selling, I know exactly what they're selling. They're selling those Boohoo Man t-shirts.
Right.
And they're selling, that's Jim King t-shirts.
Okay.
And they're selling Pro Drift hoodies.
I don't know what any of those things are. Maybe it's because I'm
You know
an
what
old person.
you know what Boohoo Man is?
I do know.
Just walk downtown tomorrow and look at everyone under the age of 22. And you'll know what Boohoo Man is.
Okay, well, I heard a gentleman bought a North Face jacket on it this one time.
Oh, North Face as well. I hate that they've taken that, by the way.
Who's
North
taken
Face
it?
is a wonderful piece of attire, by the way. Wonderful.
Wait,
they
no.
make the best jackets, the best mountain gear, even though I don't ever want to go up mountain. And now the young ones have just taken North Face. You know what I mean?
I didn't think they took it.
They did. They took it all over the place, man.
So you're telling me the young people
They
are taking
treated
North
it like
Face?
Liam Neeson's daughter. They took it, Ray, and you're not getting it back. Honestly, Look around the place. They're all wearing
you-
khaki green North Face. Young ones and everything. And the best thing that the young ones do now is they're wearing the baggiest North Face green khaki hoodies. Young ones now, not fellas.
Yeah.
And then they're wearing the tightest little Nike Pro shorts.
Okay.
And that's what they're using as an attire. White Nike Shocks.
Shocks.
Right? Shocks.
Right.
And then they're wearing classic Reeboks or whatever the hell they're
You
called
must
as
be
well
doing
underneath.
serious looking at the
I
young
look at
ones.
a lot of arse, Ray.
Yeah.
Right, okay? For research purposes, might I add.
I was going to get on
Depop.
something there.
Go on.
Yeah, would you consider going on it and selling some of your large collection of hat or shoes?
I have
Not-
a lot of hats.
You have a lot of hats, a lot of shoes.
Yeah, a lot of shoes as well,
Would
actually.
you sell any of it? Because you could become sustainable. As in the stuff that you sell might pay for the stuff you buy.
But, like, do I want some flute landing at the house every week? That's the thing. Like, where do you sell them?
You just post it to people. See, be up and down to Castle Street Post Office letting stuff off.
What do you think I could sell of mine?
Well, what about all the trousers that don't fit you anymore?
That's a good call.
There you go.
There's definitely some slim hip bastards in Sligo that
Yeah.
enjoy a diesel jean or whatever the hell it
Exactly.
is.
And then you have a pile of shoes.
A top man jean. No, the shoes I get wear out of, right?
Do ya?
I'll tell you how this works.
All I
Raymond.
see you wearing is those black Doc patterns, and they're
Yeah,
atrocious.
that's my work shoe. What?
They're an awful
How
atrocious shoe.
dare I seriously now not playing a game?
Yeah.
I am so insulted.
They're the worst shoe I've ever seen in any
You
man in
were
my
telling
life.
me what's in style. You ain't got no style. You ain't got no style,
Go
motherfucker.
easy now, you're going to break the table.
Ray, I am so annoyed. Genuinely.
Why?
My Doc Martens are the best thing I've ever bought.
For what?
Ever. Because
For looking
look at...
crap.
Fuck off, Ray. Fuck off now, right? Enough is enough, right? We were supposed to have the crack on this podcast, me and you. No, but enough is enough. Stop
Why
calling my
wouldn't
Doc
you got
Martens
the
shite.
boot? Why did you have to go for the kind of
You're
the
telling me mine are shite and you want the boot.
boot are nice?
Ray, what? They're so unbeknownst to themselves.
They're big and clunky. They make your feet look massive.
Shut up, Ray. I hate getting vexed, man, but you're being a now, like. You're being such a wanker, man.
You're very attached to the Doc Martens, aren't you?
Seriously, yeah, no, because you are being such a I'm trying not to curse, man. But you're being such a I fucking hate ending it on that now, but I'm vexed.
Are you vexed now?
Yes, I am really vexed, like.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
You know, I was only winding up there with the Docs.
I don't give a Ray.
You're
That's
actually
done.
vexed now.
Yes, I am. We're ending it on that, genuinely.
Jesus.
Ray, I'd love to say fair play to you, but I'm fair play to me.
You're angry now.
Fair play to me.
Fair play to me.
Good luck.
Good luck. I actually ended it like that.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's great scratch.
The Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Anderson's Bar and Grill and the Blind Tiger Bar.